Alright, welcome back to the stream. Today we're going to try out our Yoda deck. We're back to it, Yoda Green, Endless Legions. We're going to test out our sideboard. Been messing around with a few cards, squeeze the Chewie into the main deck. Trying out things like Spark of Rebellion in the sideboard. One No Glory. I like to have a bit of a toolkit in the sideboard, so let's see how it goes. I want to try and play some best of threes if I can. See what we're weak against and what we could improve. All right, so let's create that game and we'll see if anyone joins. Once again, the link will be down in the description for the deck list. If you have any suggestions, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments. Just let me know what you're running and if you have any suggestions. So it's kind of the same as Geo's list. There's not much changed in the main except for I think one Chewbacca in there now. If you're going to face a lot of villainy, avoid a lot of Power of the Dark Side, things like that. Chewie's kind of necessary, especially against things like Piet and that as well. I've had Chewie like block an Avenger for like multiple turns. Still in those game plans, our Endless Legion kind of is our win conditions into those sort of heavier control decks, but Chewie can definitely buy us a lot of time. Alright, so we're in the best of three matchup. Let's see. I've just put a video up in that as well. The video is about the top three lists and that for blue-red heroic. Check it out. Three lists that I think can definitely win a showdown. All right, so we're going to have Palp Blues. It's going to be a very grindy match. Here's where hopefully we get to test our sideboard out. All right, we don't have a turn one play here, so even though we've got two Spark of Hopes, so I think we just mulligan. We're looking for something like a regional governor. The Marine's all right. We're just trying to fill our sideboard up with impactful cards. So redemption, not our sideboard, our resource row, so that when we do play the Endless Legions, it has an impact. All right, then we get rid of the Radis as well. All right, so we start off with Direct the Krennic, so we can now play our Battlefield Marine. We can put tech down into our row. Let's see what he's going to play. Okay. All right, I think we hit into Krennic there. He will hit our guy. We then can just draw. Do we get anything? I think we just put Tantive down on the bottom. We can then play... So our question is, do we play Blue Leader? I think we just play Luke here and try and run Luke into Direct the Krennic. I pass. Because there, now we do have a Spark of Hope. If for some reason we get blocked, we can just play a Bright Hope. Yeah. We get blocked by the Royal Guard. So here we can still run in and just play our Spark of Hope. We'll draw first though. Alright, Starhawk we can put on the bottom. We're trying to get through to... Okay, we can Spark now. It's unfortunate that he did get the Pershing there. But we can take out the Royal Guard. And we're one turn away from our Yoda flip. Alright, so let's play in. Unfortunately, the Krennic had like quite a good start in terms of went Krennic, Super Laser Tech, activate into the guard. Quite a good start by him. Right, we can put Bright Hope on the bottom. Alright, now we can claim. We'll flip Yoda. We have to get rid of Krennic here. Not Krennic, Pershing. Can't let him keep drawing. He's already played one Power of the Dark Side. Let's see if he has another. He's continuing to draw cards as well. Okay, Rivals Fall is good, so we'll get rid of the Redemption. So we'll flip. We'll take out the Pershing. Okay, well, knew that was probably going to happen. Here we go. If I play a Luke, probably just going to get stolen. Play reinforcements. We don't really have anything to rush in either to Krennic. We could hit a Cad Bane. Cad Bane would take it and he would have to... Yeah, the trouble is if he has a small unit here, that he could then just take out Luke. But then we could Rivals Fall and still be... Okay. Why did I pass? I didn't pass, like... Alright, well, kind of answer that question for us then. We'll just take both. Okay. Maybe we need like a Nebula Ignition or something in our side for this matchup. The Gobi one we resource here. Okay, I think we... What do we do here? If we attack, he's going to get the Super Laser Blast back out. But he will give us 2 cards. He drew a card. Alright, let's rival the Walker. See what he does. We'll hit in, see if he gives us 2 cards. Alright, let's draw another Luke. We're kind of needing more removal. Your Mighty Hope is good because we're kind of getting to... We want to get to the... Let's put Luke on the bottom. We'll say Avenger here. Alright, we'll resource the Marine. Very hard matchups, the Palps, because he can steal a unit. So while he has not stolen a unit... Yeah. Alright, let's hit his base again for 7. Alright, he's going to steal it. I think we just Rivals for the Palp. We no longer have to fear him. Traitorous. Now let's draw. Takedown is good for Cad Bane. Alright, trying to get through to that Endless Legions. Alright, let's claim here. Let's get rid of the Tantive. Alright, let's play U-Wing, see if we get another Cad Bane. We do not, but we got a blue leader. Pay for 3. Village Protectors. Alright, we'll pay the extra 2. And run into Cad. Right, we'll draw. We need our removal. Okay, the Arquidin is decent. The takedown on the bottom. Alright, let's claim. Alright, Vader. A lot of ground assault in this deck. I thought we would have hit something different so far. Alright, Relentless we'll put in the row. Kind of what we need for... So a tech will be 4. Let's put the tech out. I want to rotate my deck a bit more. I mean, this Krennic is like killing us. Since the start. Okay, well, we may as well Luke the Royal Guard and see what he's got. If he hits him with Vader, Vader dies at the end of the turn. He has another barrage and no glory. Okay, that's okay. Let's draw. Put Luke on the bottom. Then claim. Okay, we have another Village Protectors. He just says good game. I didn't realize the game was over. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just Luke Vader. Draw. Where's our Endless Legions? All right, let's draw. Let's see if he plays into it. Endless Legions on top. If he hits with Krennic. See, why would you do that? Like, now I can play Endless Legions for free. Alright, play Redemption. The Radis. Village Protectors. And another Redemption. Undo for a sec. Play Endless Legions. Yes. I just didn't know if we could do 2 Redemptions at once. One more. Alright, let's call Super Laser Blast. We can then play Chewie here, I think. play Chewie as a... I think unit. Because if he played as a pilot, then he could no glory it. Okay, now we've got another... Still got another regional governor here. I'm not going to have enough. Maybe the Aquaden has to go. Alright, hits our Relentless. It's unfortunate. I think we can hit in for there for 6 and then hit Snoke. Okay. We can clear the Devastator. Right, let's hit the base for another 4. Another 1. Or draw. Oh, the Starhawk is not much good. Take out the Devastator. Then we'll call Overwhelming Barrage. And pass. Alright, Bright Hope. We can resource. We've got 2. We've got 9, 10, 11, which is enough to kill him. We'll pick Chewbacca again. Alright, Chewbacca at his base for 5. Alright, 3 XP. Alright, hit the base again for another 3. Oops, hang on. Let me try that again. I think we need to kill Maul here. Wow, this guy... Jeez, this guy is... have issues. Alright, so if we... The problem is if we don't kill Maul... So I think we play the Tantive. He has Vader run in. Alright, let's kill Maul. Right, he's going to Vigilance. And let's hit his base for another 1. We can play the Tantive. Obi-Wan, does that do anything? Well, let's just keep that on top in case he plays like a Vader or something out. The Cad Bane will have to resource. Okay, Vader's going to come out. Kind of have to play a Sentinel here. Alright, we'll hit his base for 5. Maybe he should have hit... Oh, he's got the barrage now. Let's play Obi-Wan. Gonna be one off, I think, here. Alright, let's claim. Need something to deal with this Avenger. That's not it. Yeah, gonna be one off. Yep. Yeah, this guy was calling like GG like halfway through the game and complaining that we're going a bit slow. We're a loser. Okay. Right. All right. We're playing next game or not? No? All right. Well. Guess some people on Karabast are like that. All right. 0-1. We didn't get a chance to do our sideboard. Here is a Vader blue. So, wonder if this is like the really hard control Vader blue. If it is, then sort of our Chewies would be the ideal. All right. Would you like to mulligan? No. I think we've got enough sort of cards to start. We'll go one of each. Put the tech in. All right, let's play the A-Wing there. Shoot down. Draw. Your only hope. Let's put takedown down. Starhawk. Starhawk worth it. Let's keep it for a little bit. We may be able to get it with the Your Only Hope at some point. All right, let's just drop a Marine. Maybe we might be able to get a Spark of Hope, something like that. Not what a call really for Governor, so resource that. Force choke. Okay, let's draw then. All right, let's put the Stark on the bottom. We've got 2 Lukes. Let's play Marine down. And claim. We can hit into the 5th brother. We need the home one. Don't think so. We can run the blue leader into there. Let's hit into the 5th brother. We'll draw. I think Village Protectors are pretty decent. Yeah. Vader, no, we're trying to push for Rivals 4. Oh, that was silly. I should have just put Luke on the top. Okay, let's just run in. Should have put Luke straight onto the top and just Your Only Hope. I'm assuming he's got something like a force. He's playing lots of Force. Some kind of like Force style deck. Yep. You can have Your Only Hope on that one. Okay, we'll claim. We've got tech in the side. Yeah. All right, let's. What have we got to play? We got tech. All right, let's get rid of the Assault Cruiser. Let's see if he can finish it off. You're probably playing lightsabers, the fallen lightsaber in here. Planetary bombardment. Okay. Alright, let's just claim. We're each going to flip at the same time here. Good U-wing. Good blue leader. And hit into that. I'd have something for next turn. Or I could just U-wing. Let's just U-wing. Not a good U-wing. Let's go Chewbacca, Governor. Let's name Palpatine. Right. Let's draw. Let's put Endless Legions where it's so far away from that. Alright. We were correct that he was going to play a lightsaber. Does he attack anything? No. Alright, let's claim. Hit him with Chewbacca. Alright. Hit him with Luke. Right, we'll do 1 damage on Yoda. Okay. Kind of stabilized. We really should have played Luke out that early turn, though. Gonna run both in. If we pull out a Cad Bane, which we haven't seen a Cad Bane yet, we've been in a fairly good position. Did we get a Cad Bane? We did not. So let's go there, and we're going to have to run both our leaders into it. All right. Not the best, but not the worst either. All right, Devastator. All to base. So if we make it 3 less, it's only hitting for 6, so we should hit the Tantive. The Tantive, and that should be able to survive it. Cad Bane is decent for next turn. Right, get rid of the Luke pilot. We're still lucky we drew our Lukes this turn. And let's hit the base for 6. If he plays another one of those little units, we can take both of them with Cad Bane. Okay, I think we just take both of them here. Annihilator. It's still 2 away from that. That's could have done it with You're My Only Hope, but it's a little bit greedy. Let's see what he's got to remove something like a Cad Bane. Okay, well, that's good. Alright, let's hit again for 6. Let's see if he hits Moddy to ready his Ruthless Raider. If he does, we'll attempt the U-Wing reinforcements. No disintegrations. Okay. Alright, let's U-Wing again, or we draw? I feel like we still need arrivals just in case. Cad Bane again. Okay, we're getting closer. Alright, I think we hit in for 6 again. Is he going to kill that? No. Hit again. I think we just Luke out the Cad Bane here. Yeah, that's... Not the Cad Bane, the Ruthless Raider. Alright, pass. Alright. Okay, next game. What do we need from the sideboard for this matchup? I think a No Glory would be good. Maybe the Chewbacca's. On the pilot. What else? Village Protector seem okay. The Bright Hopes don't need as much. Oh. Takedown. Maybe takedown's out. Let's try that. Alright, so we do have a first turn play in Luke. We also have the No Glory. No, let's not mulligan. Right, we'll get rid of the Cad Bane. And I don't think he had any early fighters, so we can get rid of the Eager Escort. We'll save the rivals. Like when he played Vader last turn, it hit us for so much damage. It was the only reason why we were heavily damaged. All right. He did have a ship. All right, pass. All right, Marine can go. All right, let's draw on that. Yep, let's see if we can get an Obi-Wan. We're going to try and rival his... Trying to get our resupplies, trying to get our... Spark of Hope. So we lost the first game against a Palp. Well, let me update the score, actually. It is now 1-1. We lost the very first one. He didn't stick around for a rematch. I think we just put Obi-Wan down. He was a very angry Palp. Right, let's draw. A Marine can go on the bottom. Let's just hit in. All right, what do we got? Tantive and the Endless Legion. So I think we can resource the Tantive. Don't have anything in there yet, so let's kill that and go for a Yoda cycle. All right, let's draw again. Tantive, put that on the bottom again. He's claiming, so he's playing the long game. Okay, we've got Blue Leader, we've got Spark of Hope here. Kind of just want to ramp, so we'll get rid of the Blue Leader, even though I don't particularly want to, but getting that Yoda out this turn definitely going to help us a lot. So let's draw. All right, let's just put Endless Legions on top. We're going to Spark of Hope, flip Yoda, hit the Ruthless. Yes, we're going to hit the Ruthless with our 14 Endless Legion. Hit in for 4. He's going to hit us with Vader this turn. We can rivals. Right. Put tech in the resource row. Okay, so Vader pops out. We can rival it this turn. All right, let's just hit him with Yoda. We've got our No Glory this time, ready for these Ruthless Raiders. So one of in the sideboard. So we get rid of Cad Bane, or I think it's Cad Bane. We have to, even though it's so good against this deck. We've got it. We need to keep everything else, I think. Still like another Cad Bane we can't play till 11 resources. All right, Force Choke. Well, that wasn't too nice, but we can then Luke his Raider now. We can play the Marine out. Okay. All right, pass. We've got Resupply, we've got Bright Hope. So put the Resupply away. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to No Glory that one. Let's hit him for base. Let's draw. Starhawk is good. Plays another one of those. We can just hit him with the Starhawk. Relentless is also good. We're in We can actually play Relentless now. Force choke. If we play Relentless, he's going to be able to get rid of it. I think we just play Redemption. Keep it out of range of Ruthless Raiders. We soaked up a Power of the Dark Side, which is great for us. Claim. Alright. Now we're just going to run Starhawk into it. He has to have an answer. Otherwise, there's a lot coming down. Alright, Planetary Bombardment. I think we just... take it like that. Alright, let's claim. And the Village Protectors. So we can play Relentless for 6 here. Is okay, but we really don't have follow-up other than Rivals. Oh. Alright, let's play Relentless. See what he has. Alright, so he's played the Avenger. Let's get rid of the Starhawk. And we can just Rivals for the Avenger. We'll draw. We'll put Luke on the bottom. Would have been nice to have hit him with the Annihilator. Oh, we could have played that for... yeah, but we want to keep the Relentless out as long as possible. We would have had to sacrifice the Relentless. Alright, Force Lightning. Let's just hit his base for 8. This with the power. Alright, let's play another Starhawk then. We can play a 4-cost Redemption. Let's draw. You're my only hope. Let's keep it on top because we can end Endless Legion as well. We're at that stage where we can drop, if he clears the board or whatever, we can still drop the board. Drop the Endless Legion out. Let's Annihilator Palpatine then. A bit of a risk in case he has a no glory, but here's all the cards that are left in his deck. He does not have any no glories left, so we are in a good spot. His base for 6. Draw. Put the Yawani Hope on top, and we'll play a Chewbacca out as a unit. Alright, that should be it. Alright, finish that one 2-1. Alright, so we've had attempted best of 3s. A lot of control though. It's our 3rd control matchup. We've had Pout Blue, who left after the first game. The Vader Blue, which we went 2-0 against. And now we're coming up against Qi'ra. Alright, Qi'ra. Well, we've got 2 first turn plays, so I think I'm okay with that. We won't mulligan. We can put the Annihilator and the Redemption away. Alright, Annihilator and Redemption. Alright, but yeah, the Endless Legions can surprise people if they are not aware of it. Alright, let's claim. We can run the Luke into the Pike. Cycle our board. Cad Bane can go into the resource row, ready for our Endless Legions. I want to get out of the ground arena if I can, because he's likely to play Super Laser Tech now. No, resupply. Right, give us a draw. Let's put the redemption on the bottom of the governor. I don't think the governor helps us too much now. It would have been good to play it out before then, in terms of saying a resupply or a Super Laser Tech. Okay, the Village Protectors are decent. Redemption, do we have a redemption in the row yet? We do. So maybe put a Tantive. Alright, he hits us with that. We'll draw. Another Village Protectors. Let's put the redemption on the bottom. Alright, we can play more Village Protectors. Hopefully he doesn't have any more gunships. Blue Leader's good against a Qi'ra too. Village Protector's good if he defeats it, and then I just play Spark of Hope. Yeah, but then do we only keep the Rivals 4 and the Your Money Hopes? I think we have to lose it. Yep. We thought that might happen, so let's Spark of Hope. And draw a card. And put Blue Leader, I guess, on the bottom. We'll put the A-Wing out. Should give us a bit of a cycle. If he hits into it, we can cycle with Yoda and then play out Yoda. Okay, let's draw a resupply we didn't want. So the only one we can put out is the Rivals 4, which is kind of removal. We kind of have to remove one of those. The danger here is if we flip Yoda, we can walk straight into a Power of the Dark Side, which he has not played any. So I'm tempted just to play Bright Hope, which will block this arena for now and give us some protection against the Power of the Dark Side. All right, let's flip. Let's resupply. Hit base. If he flips, he still can't kill us. Kill the Yoda. He's had triple ramp now, 2 super lasers and a resupply. It's pretty good. Kind of been wanting to practice against Sabine with this. Okay, what's he going to run into? All right. We have a Spark of Hope and a Redemption. Not the greatest. He has a lot of cards in hand. All right, let's finish Qi'ra off. With this kind of matchup, I would prefer Yoda to be not out because I can continue to cycle the hand. All right. What do we do here? I think we redemption and we actually heal the Bright Hope. Not great. Not great. All right. There's nothing. We'll just claim here. Have to be able to take out Snoke. This is where Luke is so good. All right, let's claim. We can take out his gunship. We can run the cruiser in. This cruiser will be a 5-6, which will take out the gunship. Get rid of Luke. May have a barrage, but kind of in a tough spot at the moment. We need to be able to remove that Snoke. We can get an Endless Legion. Some point, yeah, barrage. We'll just claim here. So the sideboard plan for this one, we bring our Chewbacca's in. So we now have Endless Legions. All right, let's claim. Let's see if he falls into the trap that some of the others have fallen into in terms of... Okay, U-Wing's good. In terms of leaving us with 5 health or less. We are 3 more ones away. Again, not great. Great at all. What can we do here? These are just 1-1s. The Tantive. I think we'll just play the Luke here and take out one item there, the Super Laser Tech. And we'll again cycle with Yoda. Yeah. We'll keep that on top. Plays an Avenger here. It's pretty much game over. Because we won't have the time to... Alright, let's claim. Alright, Obi-Wan. Alright, is Obi-Wan going to save us? If he puts 6 on us, we'll be 27. We'll be 1. That's really unfortunate. We'll be 1 off trying to get it for free. You can do 12, which is enough to finish us. Let's put Obi-Wan down. I think we have to. Just kind of the numbers don't stack up here for us. Let's draw. Top. Yeah. Just out. If it had been like 1 less, we might have been able to do something there. But we kind of, those devastating gunships just wrecked us at the start. So this is where we bring the Chewbacca's in to the matchup. What do we take out? No, the governors are good. Takedown's good. Maybe just a Tantive and a Bright Hope. All right. Let's start. Oh, let me fix the score up. You're sharing the decks? Yeah, I'll share the deck list in a sec. Would you like to mulligan? No, let's keep that. So the deck list. All right, Cad Bane. It should be in the description. And we'll put tech away, but here it is here in the chat. There we go. All right, let's play our A-Wing out. Be great if we drew a Chewbacca. All right, claim. This is still not good. The Radis might have to go in. All right, let's just hit the base for 3. And just play blue leader. All right, claim. All right, let's redemption we can get rid of. He's base for 3. Just keep pushing as much as we can. Pass. All right, let's draw now. So he's lost a unit, so we can draw. Let's put Obi-Wan on our top. And if he flips, yes, we can play Obi-Wan now. Out of the row, so that's much better play. That than our last couple of games. We're probably going to get done by a overwhelming barrage here, or by a unit that's going to come in via the ECL. Devastating gunship. All right, it's still okay. We'll hit the Qi'ra. And still draw. We can spark and then battlefield marine. All right, let's draw first. If we get a better ship, we got another Obi-Wan. It's quite good in this matchup, except he had no glory, I think. So let's put Obi-Wan on the bottom. Let's Spark of Hope. Put the blue leader back in, and then play the marine on the ground. All right, here's our first Endless Legions in the deck. I think we can... I think the redemption can go. Just keep our options open with the Endless Legions if we can. This is okay. We can... Could have been worse. Could have been like a no glory. I think from here... Though we'll put the XP on the marine. I'll then Luke the devastating gunship. He may have a Super Laser Blast that he's trying to bait us into here. So our question is, that on bottom. Right, let's get into here and draw a card. Flip Yoda. Does he have the blast or not? Let's just hit his base. I think he does have it. Alright, we can Spark of Hope, or we can... We Spark of Hope, we can't U-Wing reinforcements. Put the Spark of Hope away. Yep, so he did have the blast, so I was correct to hit the base then. So we Super Laser Blast, Late Governor, A-Wing, and Blue Leader. And we'll call out the Avenger. Or, what hurts us more? Is it Avenger or Snoke here? Probably Avenger. Look at the rivals for the Snoke. Where's our Chewbacca's? They're messing with Obi-Wan Red. Wow, that sounds interesting. Does it have just... I wouldn't even know what's in the red side of an Obi-Wan Red. I imagine lots of removal. Is it, or is it the red sort of aggression units? All right, so we've got the Governor out here. We've called out the Avenger. Might have been a good call. He's hit us with Vigilance. He's hit us with Defeat and Gain. Okay. All right, let's hit his base for 3. Let's draw again. What do we got? Another Blue Leader. Don't need that at the moment. We hit in. We'll go U-Wing again. We'll try and get a Chewbacca, which we did this time. And then also a Luke. Okay, pass. Right, we do have another Governor now for a Snoke protection. Get rid of a takedown. So we're still protected from Super Laser Blast. It'll kill everything but the Chewbacca. Yeah, if you paste your link to your deck list for Obi-Wan Red, I'd like to have a look at it. I mean, the only other Obi-Wan deck I've got is the Obi-Wan Double Blue, and it has like the Death Star plans. I kind of like hide it behind the Sentinels, and that's quite thematic, and yeah, it's quite a fun deck. Let me just take down this Gideon before he barrages. Right, so he has to no glory the Chewbacca, which for me seems like a win. Wow, the Annihilator. I am still a little bit away from that. Cost 13. So let's just put that on the bottom. We call Governor for Snoke. We call Governor for Super Laser now. So we've got a Governor on Avenger, a Governor on Super Laser Blast. And we can also then just play our tech out as well. All right, let's the Eager Fighter and get rid of. What do we got in sideboard? Any Chewies? No. That Snoke would be annoying, but we do have the Luke to wipe it out. What do we? Let me update the score. We're 2-2. We lost the first game to this Qi'ra player. Okay, so we can let's hit his base for 3. Okay, let's just Luke that, and it should be a game. Yep. All right, 1-1 with this Qi'ra. I mean, all control tonight. That's all we played is control. All right, so these Chewbaccas save us quite a bit. The no glory is good. What do we take out? We don't need as many redemptions. We need these ambushes. We took out a Bright Hope and a Tantive. All right, let's see how we go. Okay, so we've got 2 governors, we got a Chewbacca. Would you like to mulligan? No. All right. We do not have initiative, but we could call the Laser Tech. We need to keep the Chewbacca. Get rid of 1 governor. All right, let's say Super Laser Tech. Pershing's annoying. Probably going to draw a few cards. The Radis we can resource. Would have been nice to have the... I think we have to hit into the Pershing here. Would have been nice to have the plane first, the vehicle, and then the Chewbacca first and second turn. All right, we can claim. All right, so what do we get rid of here? You're my only hope? I think it is. I think we don't need multiple. All right, I think we just hit in there. Gonna finish off. Okay. All right, let's play Chewbacca as a unit. Won't be able to power a dark side of us. Okay. All right, let's just claim. You get another draw from Pershing, which is unfortunate. All right, I don't think we need 2 sets of village protectors. Finish off this Dark Trooper with Chewie. Let's hit in, take that Sentinel out. Well, we can expect the gunships to be going here. To be very careful about when we play our village protectors. He's drawn so many cards from Pershing. Okay, expecting to probably play Barrage. If he doesn't play Barrage, he'll play... Yeah, let's play the protectors. Let's make him play the gunship. If he has it. Yeah. Let's draw. Well, we can just play another Chewbacca out, I guess, but it's gonna... Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all, because Qi'ra can just wipe it out again. Don't know if we have any other choice. Yeah, Cad Bane's no good. Yeah, this Pershing has drawn so many cards that we are so far behind now. All right, I'm going to hit this Pershing. All right, no glory. All right, let's draw, see what we get. We get a Obi-Wan. We have to, do you want to discard it, Yoda? No. I'm going to run into Qi'ra and we'll play an Obi-Wan. Hopefully he doesn't have any more no glories, but probably does. All right, get rid of the Marine. All right, so the deck list is in description still. Power of the Dark Side. I think we just hit Obi-Wan. We'll take the 2 XP on Yoda. We've already hit 2 Chewbaccas. But we don't want to give him just another easy power here. He's played only 1 power, so I think we have to U-wing. Hope for a Chewbacca, and then hit into his base. Yes, we did get another Chewbacca, but we're only going to get 1 unit, which is okay. All right, we hit his base for 6. Right, the Annihilator is 13 cost, so that's a bit out of our range. We'll resource that. Hope for an Endless Legions. Just realized I think I've got the wrong thumbnail on this this live. Yoda Green. Yes, it's the wrong thumbnail. Let me fix that up. Change. Yoda Green, best of 3 gameplay, it was meant to say. Should be updated now. All right. So we have... Okay, we have killed Yoda. Let's take the Hybelon out and draw a card. I think we do... Can't play Cad Bane, but I think we just U-wing here. Try and hit a Luke. And we take out Vader. Okay. Now, a choice is... We really want Cad Bane. We're 1 more away from him. I think we do. Now Yoda's back in not deployed state. We can start cycling the deck. We are 4 resources away from Endless Legions. We already have a Governor, Cad Bane, Annihilator, and that in there, so... Okay. He's a tough call here because if I don't play a unit here, he could just power. If I hit Vader, then Krennic can just finish him off. If I play Redemption, then yeah, that's a fair chunk. So it's a tough call here. I think I just play Redemption. It'd be nice to be able to play Cad Bane. There, we could have scooped all 3 units. Yeah. Alright, let's draw. What do we get? Tantive. Tantive's okay. I think I have to hit Vader here. I think I have to play like the longer game. We've got a Spark of Hope here. It's 3-2, so our losses had, this is a 1-1. This is the 3rd game of our match with, oh, that's odd. Why would he just not? Why would he just not do it? I'm just going to Cad Bane here and take all 3 of those. That's odd. What did he say? Oh, misclick. I was going to say, like, why wouldn't you just run the... I think we put the Redemption down because we want to Spark. We just want to get to Endless Legions. Probably gonna, yeah, hit us with that. Okay, I think here's where we Spark and we just take his Technician. All right, let's Spark. We'll bring in Luke. At 13, we're going to resource again. We'll draw with Yoda. We can kill the... Let's put the No Glory just on top. Let's kill the, the Walker. And pass. Okay, this is it. This is Endless Legions time. He kills Luke. We're going to hit him with Endless Legions. So I'm thinking about taking this to the Onyx tournament. So the Onyx tournament will be on next weekend. So it'll be a full day and a half, basically, of this deck. All right, so let's draw. Put Endless Legions on top. And then we're going to play it out. All right. We want to play the Annihilator. We want to play the Radis. Cad Bane. Regional Governor. I think that's it. I think Regional Governor, we're just going to say Super Laser Blast. Unit Destroy. What does he have? Consolidation of Power. What? Darth Vader. Alright. Well, the only thing that can hurt us then is Super Laser. Units of capture. Just capture Krennic. I'm gonna say there we go. Finally got it all. Right, this guy seems pretty happy. we hit him with Endless Legions. A lot more than happier than that Palpatine was at their very first game today. All right, pass. We didn't destroy all our resources in that Endless Legion. Try to keep, a fair size there in case somehow he could deal with it. But yeah, the deck link is in the description, so check it out for yourself. See if you can hit the Endless Legion combo. So we finished that guy 2-1. We lost the first one, and then post board, we were able to bring in the Chewbaccas and increase our win rate there. Yeah, I thought he had me in that last game with all that drawing from Pershing. Yeah, Pershing. There we go. That's, I think, second or third time tonight we've hit Endless Legions. So yeah, you can beat control. It is a bit of a grind, but it is definitely the win condition against those style of decks. Can't really play it against the red-blue decks because they'll discard your hand, but against those blue-green ones, I think it is a win condition. Blue-yellow is a bit of a different story with the Bazines. You kind of have to hide it. All right. We got any other best of threes? What are we, 4-2? We lost one Palp right at the start, and then we lost one to a Qi'ra. So both that blue-green villainy. So one more best of three. We'll see where we finish. Oh, yeah, the thumbnail's updated. Put on the thumbnail Yoda, Starhawk, and the Tantive. Something different, something the prestige cards. How are your prestige collections going? I'm trying to hit a playset of every prestige card. Bit expensive, but some of the cheaper ones, they're very inexpensive for what they are. So I've just been buying the singles for those. Okay, so we're at red blue, so we're going to expect a lot of hand discard. This is okay. We've got our marine resupply. Rivals 4, I don't think we need at this stage. All right, let's just play with the marine down. Go on the ground because he's more likely to be on the ground. So now we can get rid of our A-wing. We have got our eager escort fighter to run into something like that, but I don't think we need to. I think we can just play resupply there. Trollcraft is an interesting choice. I've posted the video with the my 4 list, the recommended for the blue-red heroic 3 lists: Rey, Han, and Anakin. I did not have Patrolcraft in my ones. All right, don't need Eager Fighter because I think we can just take down. Okay, the bomber. Well, that's something that I need to take down is the bomber. The craft is okay, but not the bomber. Blue leader. All right, let's put Tantive down. We can blue leader next turn to take out the patrol craft. This is the turn that he's going to bring Han out though. So we could play Obi-Wan instead. The governors are good. We could play governor and say Luke Skywalker. You could. This is turn that Poe could also come out. A turn that Obi-Wan could come out from his side. Let's get rid of the governor. We're one resource above him since we've resupplied. Some kind of tactical heavy bomber. I've seen that in the other Han, but not so much in this one. So we can rivals for the Han. Yeah, which I think is decent. If he has an Obi-Wan, it really just stops him playing it out altogether. All right, Carabast. All right, we're okay with that. We'll draw. I think that's what his plan was. I'm pretty sure his plan was put the Bright Hope on bottom. Is to drop Han out and then play Obi-Wan. All right. We can blue leader in, or we could blue leader in, or we could let's get rid of the redemption here. We could blue leader in, kill the speeder. We could just flip Yoda and risk it for this 3 or 4. No, I think we'll pay the 2. We don't want a Biggs or something coming out on that. All right, so Luke. Now we can draw, place, well, have to be the Starhawk. Then we can just deploy, discard, kill Luke, hit him with Yoda and play our own Luke on the ground. Right, let's hit in. That is a unit. And pass. So the other video I was talking about was this one. All right, welcome back. This one here. The Annihilator in the row. That one there has got the 4 lists, the 3 blue-red lists. I think Han 2 blue is fairly viable at the moment. I had quite success when I played it the other night. Okay. All right, so Biggs just a 5. All right, let's play Obi-Wan then. What other big things he's going to have? Crate Dragon next turn. So I think we play Governor and we say Crate Dragon. All right, we're waiting for him to go. Okay, Poe. Yeah, well, we need to kill Poe. All right, play the Governor. We'll say Crate Dragon. Then pass. Okay, we've got Redemption. Got Luke. We'll keep resourcing. We do not have a tech yet. All right, we're still waiting. This guy's a little bit on the slower side in terms of gameplay. We're in a fairly good spot at the moment. I'm not sure what maybe a nebula ignition. I hate that ship. Okay, he's gonna play redemption. That was the other thing that I could have called out, but I'm more afraid of the crate dragon, I think, than anything than a redemption. So we can play our own redemption. We can maybe heal Yoda 1 at least. Get it out of Luke range. He's going to play a Cassian, assuming the redemption. Yep. Okay, let's continue to push our damage. And why you hit that other chip in. All right, resupply. We're up to 10 resources now. Where Governor is blocking Crate Dragon. All right, what did he play? Undid the last action. Okay. All right, we'll pass. I'm not sure how he gets out of this one at the moment. Cassian Pilot went on attack. Discard a card from your opponent's deck. If it costs 3 or less, then you draw a card. It's very good tech against the Endless Legion deck. Okay, we just U-wing here. We hit a Luke. We do not. Hit a Radis though. All right, he hit the Radis, which then hit Chewbacca. All right, well, Obi-Wan can hit that, and we'll take the XP on Yoda and draw a card. All right, pass. Resource the spark. It's the only problem with Yoda being out. We just do not get the cycle that we normally do. Very hard to set up You're My Only Hope. All right, resource spark. See what he's got. He's like a rivals 4 for Yoda. Governor's still blocking crate. Profundity, that was in the sideboard of one of ours. The deck list that I posted. Let's hit his base there for 6. 2 to go. And a Carabast. The Governor, I'd say. No. Alright. Well, he got me with the Resolute, but I think we just claim and hit him with the Governor. Alright. Think we can updo it the scores. Yep. Alright, next game. What do we bring in for sideboard against this red-blue? I don't know if there's anything that... Maybe it confiscates because played so much of the... played some pilots. Village Protector. Alright. Couple of confiscates for his pilots. Alright, this is a decent start again. Tech and CAD are the easy resources. We've got a Marine with a Spark of Hope. Last time he went heavy space to start with, so we'll see if he does the same thing here. I think that's his plan, heavy space and put pilots on it. Okay, well, Yularen is a good one. What did he call with Yularen? Shielded. So that's the game plan. Alright, I think we can put down the Tantive. We'll hit Yularen with the Marine. Yep. Well, we won't. We'll hit in there and we'll Spark of Hope. And Yoda. Might as well Yoda. See what we get. Protectors. That's good. Let's put the Luke on the bottom. And then Spark. Okay, we now have a You're My Only Hope. Two Village Protectors. Alright, we'll keep the You're My Only Hope. Tempted to keep both Village Protectors there. Alright, let's play that down. Hopefully we get like a 2-drop, a Spark of Hope when we draw. Alright, pass. It seems kind of like a Lando deck almost, this one. Right, let's draw. Governor is great for us, because now we can put the Your My Only Hope on top. Play out the Governor, and then say... Dameron. Alright, pass. Wow, that's made it a little bit harder. 2 Lukes and a Ewing. If we get rid of a Luke, like having the option to hit like a Cad Bane might be okay. Alright, well, I think we finish off there. And draw. Put the Ewing on top. Luke actually does too much. We might hit a... Cad Bane was what I was going to say, but Obi-Wan's okay. We can deploy straight out with Yoda and then cash in on Obi-Wan next turn. All right, let's claim. Alright, is there any meta decks or off meta decks that you would like to see me play as well? I've been thinking about, let's keep the Confiscate there. Starhawk is tempting with the Your My Only Hope too, but I think we're going to flip now. Like off meta decks, I don't really play, I'm not going to play Sabine or anything like that. Let me deploy. To kill the Falcon. Yeah, I'm not going to play Sabine, not going to play Quinlan. I do have a Han 2 yellow deck that I built right at the start of this set. That's fairly decent. That I think a bit of refinement might be good. Also have Iden yellow I can revisit, so it's more of a bounty style deck. We have a perimeter ATRT there. All right, let's hit it with our governor and burst the shield. Okay, that's going to go up to space. Our Yoda is going to become bigger. I'll add the 2 experience there. Our Luke can loot the AT-RT and then we can just run in with Yoda. Seems decent enough, that one. We'll claim now. We'll hit Han first. We hit Yularen first. We hit Han, it kind of stops him from bringing out... I don't think we need You're My Only Hope. Oh no, we don't need 2 confiscates. Let's hit Han. We've got a Starhawk next turn, which should cause a few problems. Okay, the Poe is an issue, so let's hit into the Poe. Hopefully his Yularen will hit Luke, and we can play the other Luke. I saw somewhere the other day that Luke is the most expensive legendary from set 1, which is a massive change. Like set 1, I think it was like 3rd. It went Vader, Boba unit, then Luke unit. And then to see where Luke is now in so many decks, and where Vader is only in some decks, it's competing for a spot with Maul. Pretty big change along the way. All right, that's pretty good for us. Gonna run the Starhawk in. So this is our 3rd best of 3 today. We had Palp at the start, then a Qi'ra. This must be the 4th. Palp, Qi'ra, and there was another one after that, and then this one. All right, so we've got Starhawk reducing all the cost of our things by 50%. We don't really have an ideal hand though. But yeah, paying 3 for Rival's Fall is pretty good. Paying 2 for Blue Leader, pretty good as well. And we can play Tech out here. Play it for 2. Seems pretty good. We've still got 8 resources. We could then play another Luke out. Well, I think we just Rivals Fall that right for 3. All right, now we just hit in. Pick something out of our row. Tantive would cost 9 normally. It's going to cost us 5. I think that's the best choice. And pass. All right, we'll resource a Blue Leader. Yeah, Tech with Starhawk is quite broken because... All right, well, that's the end of that game, 6-2. And I think that'll do us today. The 75% win rate, I think, again, we started off poorly. We went 1-2 and then clawed it back from there. So we played no real aggro. We played all control, that Han 2 was probably the mid-range deck. So again, let me just bring up the deck, not that one. Back to the window capture. This one here. Let me bring up the deck here. It's Yoda Endless Legions. There, it's in the chat. It's in the chat, and it's in the description of the channel. This is the sideboard. We didn't get to use our Spark of Rebellions. We used our Chewbaccas a lot, and yeah, used the No Glory. Didn't really use anything else. Oh, we did use Confiscate right at the end, but yeah, still needs some work. The main list is still Geo's list with a Chewbacca put in, still fairly tight. So I think that's mostly good. It's just sideboard. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch